This is Shelley Craft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're coming to you live from the Marcum MicroCap Conference 2017 here in New York City. I have with me Dr. Oliver Peoples, Yield10 Bioscience. It's a publicly traded company and the symbol is YTEN. Ali, welcome to SNNLive.
Well, Shelley, it's great to be here and thank you for the invitation to be on.
It's good to have you. So let's begin by starting with an overview of the company, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, so YTEN or Yield10 is really, the manifestation of a 22-year investment in advanced bioscience. Originally, it's a company named Metabolics, which was focused on using advanced biotechnology to produce renewable natural materials. Unfortunately, with the fall in oil and gas prices, that technology platform was no longer competitive. But the underlying science and the unique capabilities that Metabolics had built up and a 15-year investment we'd had in advanced crop science really led us to establish the Yield10 mission. And that mission is to really improve global food security by essentially modifying genes in plants to optimize the flow of carbon to produce more food with less land, less water, and less fertilizer.
Wow, that's a lot of industries you're talking about right there. It's very, very disruptive, in my opinion. Tell me why it's disruptive.
So I think if you look at the advances that have made with ag biotech over the years, they've really been about improving resistance to herbicides and pesticides, but they really haven't essentially shifted the inherent yield or the productivity in terms of the quantity of crop harvested per acre of land. And that's a technology that really needs to be developed given the growing pressures on natural resources, a reduction of arable land due to essentially population growth, effects of climate change, and challenges with water.
So give me an example of where it's been successful.
So we've been successful so far with a particular gene system that we developed. Very unique, very breakthrough science, came from an academic institution. And what's unique about it is this one gene enables an oilseed called Camelina to have a 23% higher yield per acre than the same crop without that particular gene. So this is not about adding herbicides and pesticides and chemicals. This is about it really building on the plant's inherent capability to produce and just essentially improving it.
So as the earth builds more and even jungles are being built on and space is being occupied by more and more human beings, it sounds to me like productivity is really the solution.
Shelley, you've hit it in the head. This is fundamentally about improving the productivity of agriculture, not by throwing more chemicals at it, but really using the inherent genetic capability of the crops and simply unleashing that through the use of advanced biotechnologies.
So everything stays the same, right? You have the same power from the sun, you have the same water, but now the inherent plant is more productive.
So it's a bit like the smart energy grid. So if you simply reduce the wastage from the plant as it goes through the process of harvesting carbon dioxide from the air and converting that into the seed, which is what the farmer harvests, if you can simply make that more efficient by eliminating wasteful processes, then the yield impact is very, very significant.
So what's the adoption rate of your science by the industry?
Early. So, Yield10 is a company that's been called Yield10 since January of this year. We've made enormous progress. And really what we're doing is we're leveraging a very long-term investment, very large investment in essentially a technology platform that's been proven to work in the bioscience area. And we're applying it to the crop sector for the first time. We're fortunate to be already quite far down the path in terms of proof points. And some of those proof points we'll be hitting later this year in crops like canola and soybean.
What's your background?
Oh, I guess I'm a little bit of a dreamer. So I'm essentially a molecular biologist by training. I'm a biochemist, so I'm very scientific based. I was at MIT when I started Metabolics. We built a phenomenal technology platform that ran into hurdles in the commercialization. So my background is really at the interface of sciences, different scientific disciplines, and really solving problems using different approaches than those typically followed by the industry. And we've been incredibly successful at that.
Ali, let's get your website out there for our investor audience to learn more about the company, if you would.
Yes, if you want to learn more about Yield10 Bioscience, you can go to yield10bio.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Oliver Peoples, I'm calling him Ali. He's from Yield10 Bioscience, and the publicly traded symbol is YTEN. I'm Shelly Kraft. This is SNNLive, and we're coming to you live from the Marcum MicroCap Conference 2017 right here in New York City. Ali, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us on.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.